Moving on to our next speaker, he is a business coach, an entrepreneur, good kind of guide for alternative careers. The topic our brother would be talking on is mindset matters to face the fast changing world. So naturally, the mindset really matters to accept. Now, here, moving on, let me welcome onto the screens of all of us, presenting to you Dr. Amanullah Khan.
Assalamu alaikum to all of you. And first of all, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you so much, all the organizers, especially all the speakers who have been listening since morning. This is for the first time that after seeing the speakers' profiles, being a participant and also a guest speaker, I was so enthralled to ensure that I was sitting through the whole session. And I must say the organizers have done a fantastic job putting a platform in place in the era of platformization. Thank you, Asif Bhai, for the brief introduction. And as you all know, most of the points have been covered. And all this means implementation is the number one challenge in most areas. This is what I have been saying. And having been in organizations like Encyclopedia Britannica, World Book Encyclopedia, having worked in different countries, and also being a part of a very important educational change platform called 3G IRPS Institute, 3G Institute for Policy Research Studies from IIT Park, Chennai, with Dr. Shahid Chollayin. I am now very keen on sharing why and how the mindset matters most. Now, to help us understand that importance, I will be taking you all through a small video clip, which I will be playing here now. I would request all the participants to kindly pay attention to that very small clip, because it's a very small, short clip, and it requires a little bit of attention to quickly observe and understand.
That's not good.
Oh, I don't need this. I'm already late.
Somebody will come. Anybody out there?
Do you have a phone?
No. Sorry. Somebody! Hello? There are two people stuck on an escalator and we need help. Now, would somebody please do something?
Help!
So the question is, the two people are stuck on the escalator and they are talking to each other. Do you have a phone? Shouting, will somebody come and help? Where was the concern? Do they have any physical concern? Absolutely not. So where was the problem? It's a mindset issue. In a world where we are facing through a transition phase, economics are facing transition, politics is going through transition, education systems are going through transition, and in the world where everything is in a transition, especially the post-COVID era, everything seems to be stuck. But that's not the reality. It's a mindset issue. In fact, we are sitting on unlimited opportunities and unlimited options. Like already Mr. Nisar spoke, there's a whole lot of home tuition going to be coming in a big way everywhere across the world. And there's unlimited options and opportunities for us to explore, working from home, sitting from home, and education is the biggest impact that's going to happen with the help of many workshops, seminars that I have been a participant with Howard, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, IIT Park, Chennai, and many eminent personalities and work institutes that I had been attending to. We have a clear indication that education will go through the biggest transformation. And with that, the only challenge is It's the mindset. And to help you all see through one more possibility, I'm playing another small video, and after that we'll go through a what did we see from here? If we continue to do what we did, we'll just continue to get or not even get what we got. In order to get what we never got before, we will have to do things that we never did before. That's the key point that we get from this interaction, watching this video. My dear friends, the world is full of opportunities right now. And I'm sure you will all agree that as educators, we have the biggest opportunity if we really want to make a positive impact in every home and every business that these people will be exposed to in the near future. And it's our great honor and opportunity that if we can put across our minds and get out of the old mindset, we have the world at our fingertips possible today. Is my slide visible? Can somebody confirm to me now?
It's visible. It's
Okay,
visible.
thank you. So as I said, if you continue to do what we did, we will just either get what we got or we may not even get what we got so far, because the parameters on which we were working does not exist anymore. There's a completely new parameter that we will have to migrate to and help ourselves to be able to face this rapidly changing world with ease and adaptability. It's purely a mindset. With that, there's one more major challenge that we are facing is, I know what I know. Alvin Toffler is one of the well-known philosophers, author of a couple of books. He says very clearly, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. See, the changes that used to happen earlier in the last 30, 40 years that has happened, it took about 10 years, every 10 years, 15 years, there was a change. But the changes are not going to happen like that. It's happening rapidly and it's happening from all across at the same time. Let me share with you some examples. Some of you can recall this telephone, which was invented in 1980. Until 1990, the shape of that and from a fixed location, the purpose of using that was only for speaking. But look at the changes that has happened in the last 30 years. It's completely transformed. So the changes that has happened in the last 5-10 years, and then the next 5 years, what we are going to see is going to be exponential change. It's no more a linear change. Like some of the speakers spoke earlier, like Mr. Mohammad Azhar Saab and all that. The fourth industrial revolution is coming, and it's not coming, it's already come. And it has transformed, it will transform every aspect of our life. Look at how the television changed. The speed of changes is so phenomenal. And look at how the computers have changed. And just being physically fit alone is not enough today. Becoming digitally fit is the need of the hour. With the internet coming in, companies that were Fortune 500 companies, which took about 80 years, 70 years to reach that phase, after the birth of internet, we are seeing those companies are completely replaced. And we have companies which just were born about 15, 20 years back, which are the leading companies worldwide. An education company, which is going to make the biggest revolution, is not yet born. That's what the recent World Economic Forum said. And that means we have a whole lot of things to do, and we all own these responsibilities. And coming to India, we have seen every 10 years a revolution happening in various areas. And the biggest revolution that's going to happen now with this digital revolution is the intellectual distribution system of products and services. And education comes into the distribution of products and services. And we have a whole new opportunity to be explored and It is possible to do from home. And that's the power that needs a new mindset. And I sincerely believe we need to welcome this digital revolution, which is here to stay. So what are the limiting beliefs that are stopping us? The lack of action and the poor results. This is something that we need to identify, and for which there are a whole lot of ways that we can identify our limiting beliefs that are stopping us from making progress with these possibilities that are there in this world coming very near, knocking at our doors. Some of the traits that we should actually develop, it's not being developed because our education system has been designed in a certain way. A for apple. Nobody said, can you simply write 10 words that come with apple? And if there are 40 children in a classroom, you get different children exploring different words, so that curiosity, inquisitiveness, and the kind of interactive, creative mindset that we can develop is something that has to be incorporated, blended into our system. I had the privilege of meeting Emily, who is the lady who transformed in this entire world. Finland is the country which has actually transformed the education system, because their majority of the schools are actually government schools, more than 60% plus, and she took the initiative with the government to make sure that the teachers who teach the early education system are the most highly paid and the most well-educated ones. So it is, if you look at the Bloom's taxonomy, from birth to age 4, most emotional and intellectual patterns are established. By the time the child is 4 to 8, it's just 50%. So 50% of the time we actually have lost. And by the time the child is 14-year-old, most of the adult education system is already, faculties are already developed. And the early time that we had, which is an empty cassette to put the right things inside, with the help of the education system and the ilm that we can put along with the Islamic education, we will be able to actually put a holistic education in place. And that's where we have a very big opportunity, and we need to really explore this together. And to do this together, I'm really happy to note the kind of efforts Umar Saab and this entire team of people have put across as a possibility to put across a platform where collaboration is the only way to make things happen now. If we are ready, there's a whole lot of opportunity. Yes, it looks like a big elephant, but one bite at a time, it's possible to do. The only thing we cannot afford to do now is procrastination. Because things that changed, took time to change, 30 years, 35 years, 40 years, are going to change very rapidly in the next 5, 10 years. And we have a golden opportunity now. And I believe this timing was absolutely perfect for this workshop. And the right people today whom I was listening to have given the right inputs. Just knowing is not enough. Doing is so critical today. And we don't need to change the whole direction of the ship. If the ship's direction has to change, the captain of the ship does not wait to see all the gadgets and then make a decision. He just makes a decision to change 2 degrees. And at the back of the ship, just a small portion of the ship called trim tab, that changes and the direction of the ship changes. But will the destination change just by changing the direction? 2 months of travel on the 2-degree change can bring a change in destination. And that means we need to start now. And the time is absolutely perfect. And I sincerely believe the opportunity given to me today was a gift. And I wanted to make the best use of it by speaking less, showing a visual impact, and be able to share the kind of impactful information that will be helping all of us who have gone through a whole of a series of understanding, and then be able to apply that with little bit of courage. That courage is so critical. Yes, feel the fear, but let's move on regardless. Together we can. And that's the possibility area, because the world does not have anything called as warranties and guarantees anymore. We are living in a world with unlimited opportunities, unlimited options of possibilities and probabilities. Even if we tilt this 49, 51, and 51 is the possibility, it's an opportunity. And it's a huge opportunity for us to actually take up the leadership and be able to transform because in future it's all about transformational education, which is experiential in nature. Thank you very much. I'll be more than happy to take any questions that is related to the subject that I spoke, and be willing to help at any given time. Anybody interested to help remodeling, help in building the right mindsets, we have a whole lot of workshops. We can help you out, and we can even do some sessions going forward. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What an inspiring talk. In fact, really good. You brought in the entire world in a single platform. While Dr. Saab, if we have some questions coming in, probably we'll take that questions. Until we have the questions popping out, you just sowed a thought in my mind, and let's see if we together can translate this thought to everybody who's a part of this community, this conference in particular. Collaboration is the only thing which is needed now. And the example you shared of Finland was just amazing. Can we dream together, starting from here? Now is the time. Now is the time, like you told. How about we all dreaming in a way that to the entire world, it should resound that if they, any community person belongs to Christianity or Hinduism or Judaism, can we build our schools in such a way that everyone should look forward to have their kids join for the Islamic schools? How would that be? Can we start dreaming about that now from here today?
Yes, it's possible.
my
Everything is
vision.
possible. It's in the mind. And I think, more than this choice of words that like we put Islamic schools and all, we are all first need to come on a platform called humanitarian schools. Humanitarian is the greatest religion on life. And Islam is actually full of humanitarian prospects and context actually. And if we can bring that, it's a holistic, complete education of a purpose-driven life. So if majority of the people were to ask a simple question for themselves, most of the people ask the wrong question. Can I do this? How can I do this? Is the question we need to ask now. Because we have unlimited tools available. If you have the right mindset, the skill sets will start working, the tool sets will start working. But if you have the tool set and the skill set, but if you don't have the right mindset, still we will not be able to see, and it will work on a scarcity mentality. It's the mindset that matters. And I strongly believe the collaboration has to be between parents, teachers, and the children. And it's the 21st century is all about collaboration, teamwork. And together we can change the world right from womb to tomb. We have an education system that can actually make a huge impact on the humanity itself.
Inshallah. I mean, I think Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam teaches us to dream big, really big. I mean, he had envisaged what would happen about 1,400 years later. He had dreamt for a long term. When he was there were a good number of Muslims, but look at the number of Muslims. It's because of his vision. And I think when we start visualizing now, whoever is there in this platform, we should visualize not just for our generation, not just for 5 years, 10 years. I think we should visualize for 20 years, 20 years down the line. If we take this as a challenge together, I think we can see a sea of change wherein the world would come forward and they would want their kids to join into this humanitarian schools, what you spoke about. In
I
my
have a
language,
point to share, if you allow me. See, especially in India, we are sitting on a very interesting population of a median age of 24. And 62% of the population is young, and there are people looking for opportunities. And they are talented. They're not looking for many. Some of them are not even looking for jobs. And the other side of the world, we have the Europe, which is aging population, the Far East, which is having an aging population, and we can be a solution to the world. It just needs the next 5 to 10 years if you can put the right foundations. It's all about identifying, working together, and collaborating. And it's possible to do that. And there is a platform already available. And Umar Saab already knows that. It's over a period of time that we can meet up together, if possible, and again on Zooms. And like-minded people can come together and really make this possible. And it's scalable.
Inshallah, inshallah. Yeah, I think everyone sitting out here is getting motivated, getting energized, and feeling or realizing that yes, the change is possible. Inshallah, the change is possible. We will look forward to have a lot more sessions like this. And once the pandemic is off, then probably we could all meet up at once and share the thoughts, create a vision amongst different entrepreneurs have that you as a trainer, as an entrepreneur, you would know it, vision building exercise and all. Imagine 50, 60 school owners and the teachers and all coming together, building a vision of this humanitarian schools, what happens in the next 5 years and how we would take it forward, what are the shortcomings, how can we eradicate, where is it we need to approach to get rid of the problems and all we face. Inshallah, I think it's a brilliant initiative which Mr. Omer has brought in, mashallah,
Absolutely.
8A and AIMS, and
Absolutely.
probably
Hats
this
off
session
to
could
the
be starting.
organizers, and I think it's a commendable job. Yesterday, when I was interacting, the kind of pre-preparations that were being done, and the kind of validation before doing the workshop, every single thing has been very meticulously planned, and I'm seeing the way you have also coordinated the whole thing, Asif bhai, and the entire team. Amazing. If we can raise the standards bit by bit, 1 degree by 1 degree, every time we meet, we will reach the 100 very soon. Thank you very much.
Inshallah, the history would remember this is one of the first sessions of the AIMS, and AIMS would really grow big together. It started with the thought of one person. Now we are close to about 200 people here. This could grow to 2,000, then to 20,000 and 2 lakh people being a part of it. And inshallah, we will try to create some good models, which indeed would help the generations to come forward. Dr. Saab, thank you so much. People would
Jazakallah khair.
also reach out to you probably if you would want to share your mail ID or something for their guidance.
It's
Or
very
maybe you
simple,
can share it with the organizers.
khanthecoach.com. I have a website also. If anybody can reach there, khanthecoach.com. And it's all about service, absolutely no remuneration expected. I'll be the happiest person if you can contribute to build, what do you call it, as to make a positive difference in every home and every business.
Make an optimistic world. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Saab. It was
Most
a pleasure
welcome.
having you
Jazakallah
here.
khair.
We could have conversated a lot more, but because of the shortage of time, we'll have to get forward with the next speaker. Thank you. Have a great time. And must say, you've got a nice shirt, though.
Thank you very much. I wanted to look younger. That's another mindset.
Absolutely. You're looking younger and sounding younger. And you, in fact,
Jazakallah
made us
khair.
all younger with
Jazakallah
your
khair.
talk.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jazakallah khair.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. It was a pleasure having you here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after this energetic person, we've got another interesting personality joining us.